All right, John, we got to talk about something because it's on everyone's hearts and minds, and that is cars. Everyone's losing their minds. The car market has lost its mind. Up in here. And we are both are in the market for a car, and it's a very stressful time when you're trying to do it, especially with cash.
Okay, so you are currently purchasing one. I did recently, a few months ago. It was the strangest interaction I've ever had when it comes to transaction. It got to where I wrote a check, and I was looking at the salesman, and because it was like, hey, well, we need to talk to you about this, and if you finance it here, and I said, look, dude, I got a check, and I felt like I was talking to my son. I said, I want to give you this, and I want you to give me that.
You
it's
have a thingy.
Right
I have
there.
money.
You have the key. I can see it. Just give me that, and I'll give you this. Like, well, we gotta go through these meetings, and I said, I'm not gonna buy any of your special clear coats. I don't want any extended warranty. I just want that. Could you just take this? Can I just give you this? Can I just give you this, man? It was such an event that I ended up leaving, and then we called back, and I said, hey, how about this? Just bring it by. We literally a mile and a half down the road. Just drop it off here. I'll give you this giant check for it. Dude, it was easier to buy my house than it was to buy a car with cash.
Wow.
And you're in the middle of it now. Has it gotten worse?
Yeah, I just tried yesterday. And here's the thing.
Okay, so fill me in on this.
Literally,
America,
I'm going to pitch this article to you to prove what I'm experiencing.
Okay.
Wall Street Journal, here's the headline. Car dealerships don't want your cash.
Oh, there you go.
They want to give you a loan.
There you go.
Buyers say dealerships are pushing them to borrow because they make more money that way. The hot car market is giving them the opportunity.
So every time in history, it's if you'll pay with cash, it's actually cheaper.
Yeah.
We'll get the deal done faster. And now they're upcharging you, right?
Yes, and the numbers show this, John. If you finance a car, the dealership makes $3,000-$4,000. If you just pay cash, they're going to make hundreds of dollars, maybe $1,000. So they're making way less if you pay cash. They're making money off the financing deals. If they can get you to finance, they get kickbacks from the lenders. They have their own financing. They're making money from that. And so it's actually increasingly difficult to buy a car with cash. Now, this is not your excuse, America, to go, well, I'm going to go get a car loan because it's too hard to pay with cash. I'm not going to get a discount. You still have to pay with cash. You will not go into debt for a car. But here's my experience, John. I said, hey, I'm not going to finance. I was just straight up with them, which, problem number one, honesty. Shouldn't have done that. And they go, okay, well, it's going to cost you $1,000 more if you're going to pay in full. And I went, okay, well, I guess you're not getting my business then. And so I just said, hey, listen.
Let's be clear. The check you're about to write is a decent-sized check.
Yeah.
It's a good check.
Yeah, and so I said, here's what I'm willing to pay. Mm-hmm. You call me back if you can do that. Otherwise, it's the end of the conversation. And that's what happened. And I just got a text while we're doing the show that was like, hey, let's talk ASAP. I've got some updates for you. And so this is the digital version of the walkaway.
God, I don't even know what that is.
So here's what this comes down to. You just walk out of the dealership.
Oh, yeah.
And they chase you out and go, no, John, come back in. And so here's what I want you to know. The person with the most patience, the most information, and the most options always wins. In any spending decision. When you're not desperate, you can make a better decision. Yeah. When you have options, you can make a better decision.
When you're willing to walk out the door.
Yes. So here's what I want to tell you guys. Do your research. There's so many avenues online to research the exact car you want. You will know more than the dealership does about that car by the time you walk in there. Number two, I want you to make sure that you know the exact value of your trade-in. And here's the thing. If you've got a trade-in, appraise it before you get the out-the-door price. Because otherwise, they start finagling it on the back end.
They wind it down
to charge you more.
Yeah.
When you say, no, you said my car's worth $4,000, that's what we're going to do here. And the out-the-door price includes all of the taxes and fees, the dock fees, all that stuff. That is the number we need to aim at. Now, you don't have to say, hey, I'm not going to finance today. You can save that to the end if you really want to, stick the knife in and go slap the check on the table.
See, I'm like you. I'm like, hey, it's a cash deal. I'm going to walk out today with this car. I've already driven
Skip
it. I want
games.
that one. Can we just not play a game?
Yeah, they do the four square, and they go, we can get your payments down to whatever you want.
Yeah, not really that kind of guy.
No.
It's cool.
So here's what I want you to do. Go in with a cashier's check, maybe a little bit below the asking price. Like, here's what I would love to pay for this car. And when they see that check in hand, they're still going to go, well, we could make $26,000 right now, or we can hope that someone finances it in the next month, right. Or we get a car off our lot and get a trade-in. Now, if they go above that cashier's check and you still feel like it's a good deal, that's okay. You can supplement that with your own check, with cash, whatever that looks like. So you don't need the exact number on the table there.
And I do think it's important to call out here. So there's a whole bunch of car dealerships trying to do right by people.
Some good guys
There's
out there.
a great guy, Larry, in Paducah. That's a lot of our people here at Ramsey do business with. Great human being that's trying to help people out, trying to put them in cars. And so this isn't all car dealerships are bad. And I hadn't bought a car in a long time. And it used to be they put something in the paper. I don't know if you remember what those days were like, or they put something online and then you go haggle. I do understand now, like after talking with the guys and getting some more information, that buying a car is different now. The idea you're going to go in and get $8,000 off, those days are not here.
Yes.
Right? So as a buyer, don't be a jerk. Don't be a moron. Don't squeeze the.
Be kind.
Be a good human being.
Yeah.
Say this is what I can afford to pay. I want that car. Let's make it. Let's shake hands. And then if you can't, walk out the door.
Yes. But
Walk out the
agreeing
door.
on that out the door price is the key.
Yeah.
Because if you agree on that, then it doesn't matter what they say about financing. No, we agreed. This is the price of the car. And please, please look at the contract. And if there's anything beyond a small dock fee and your sales tax for the state, county you live in, run. If they're trying to tack on all these extra things and warranties they force, walk out of there.
Walk
Go,
out the
I'm not
door.
paying anything but a small dock fee. And if you can get rid of that, that's even better. And then the taxes, which, yes, we have to pay our taxes on sales tax on these cars.
Yeah.
So do that. Walk in with a cashier's check. Don't walk in with a barrel full of cash, of actual physical dollars. That is a terrible move. It's dangerous. They've got to report it to the IRS. They don't want to deal with that hassle. So, yes, we say pay cash. We don't actually mean take a briefcase like it's an old school movie.
It's kind of baller though.
It is. I've known people who've done it, and they get laughed out of there. They go get a cashier's check. We're not playing that game. So, be patient. Do your research. Know your options. Don't go on a Saturday when it's packed out. Go at the end of the month on a weeknight when it's not raining, so that you can actually do the inspection and not be in a rush. And that's going to help you make the best financial decision. And be willing to sacrifice. I know you wanted this exact specification. It's okay if you've got another option and you're desperate. Then you got to deal with that.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing. Don't buy a car right now unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah, don't buy a car. Ta-da, get it fixed. Clean
Ken
it.
and I, that's right. James gets it. Now, Ken and I took a call about a Snosberry Jeep, and the wife really wanted this exact Jeep color. It was the only one to get. And we had to talk her off the ledge. And I was like, Snosberry is not even a color. Let's not pretend that you need this exact Jeep at this exact time.
That's like a Willy Wonka candy bar, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. It's from Willy
A
Wonka.
Snosberry Jeep.
Very
I'm in.
stressful stuff.
I'm in.
James, did we hit everything in this article?
I was
You
going
feel
to say,
good
what
it?
about private sale?
Private sale. Let's talk about private sale, John. This is very important as well.
Okay.
That is when you can actually negotiate, is with a private sale. You can get more money if you're selling that way, and you can actually negotiate. Because if I'm just going to John, he's got no incentives from the financing lenders
Yeah,
to make money.
He needs money.
He just wants the money.
He wants to sell his car.
So I would be on Facebook Marketplace looking for these. There's some third-party sites like Auto Trader where people are just listing their cars for sale. So that's where I would start my research and see if I can work it out. And always, always get an inspection on the car from a mechanic. This will cost you about $100, but no matter who's selling it, go get an inspection from a reputable mechanic before you go slap 10 grand down because it's a deal, and then you find out there are some major issues that you didn't know about until you're going over 60 on the interstate and it starts rattling, right?
The transmission falls out.
Yes. So you've got to do the inspection, negotiate with cash in hand, be a kind person, commit, say, hey, I've got cash today. If you can do this deal, I'll show up. And so that's how to navigate this market, John. It's not fun. I totally feel empathy for people that really need a car. And you can find a car, by the way, that's under $15,000, under $10,000. We get a lot of flack for that. People go, you can't find a car. You can't. Beater cars, they don't exist. Go to Auto Trader, wherever, and do sort by lowest price.
They exist.
There's some great cars for $4,000, or $5,000, $3,000. Suck it up.
No one's going to stop you in a parking lot and be like, woo,
Yeah.
I want some of this. No, it's not that kind
I've
of car.
never been stopped.
But it'll get you where you need to go.
That's right.